JoshDaWay Entertainment is sponsoring this podcast. So visit DaWayEntertainment.com, www.dawayent.com. That's DAWAYENT.com for more information. Let's get into the show.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is yet another episode of The Way I See It podcast, where we give you a collective of perspectives and you decide whatever the fuck you want to. Oh, God, I said fuck this early. Whatever the hell he wants to do with them. Jesus. Josh, are you okay today? Oh, my God. Savior, more than life. I am your host, JoshDaWay. Fuck is just on my tongue tonight. So,
I see. You've been drinking already.
No, I have not. I'm actually sober. So I'm your host, and you know, let's check in, cousins. How y'all feeling this week? Amber, what's going on? Amber's glasses are already on her nose. Jesus Christ!
Already.
Well, it's because I'm looking at you, and my spidey senses are going off clearly in this outfit. I urge everybody to go to the YouTube and watch this episode. This is not a podcast episode. You definitely got to get the visual of our main host, Joshua, and all of his Spidey glory.
Spidey glory.
I am Amber Jackson. I'm the owner of Glitz Optical. Google me, baby. And you know what? I just want to let you guys know that Christmas is coming around the corner. New Year's is coming around the corner. And we tired of seeing you with them raggedy ass glasses. Yes, I am cussing this early as well. And all your family photos, okay? I know it's called America's Best, but honey, they look like the worst. Go on down to glitzopticalonline.com where you can get very nice glasses that are going to fit your face. And look at the switcheroo. I told you need to do a YouTube, okay? Check this out with corn detail in the middle.
Boom.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Those are fancy. I like those, Amber.
I know. We just got them in.
Oh.
And,
go on to the website real quick.
Go on to the website, glitzopticalonline.com. What's going on, Lebron?
I just got my insurance, so I know I'm about to hit you up because
Okay.
I need some good I need some glasses because I'm legally blind.
P.O.P. hold it down.
P.O.P. Mama, I love you. P.O.P.
How can I drive a car and I'm legally blind?
See, barely.
Early.
Nah, but I'm good. You know, it's been a good week so far. Still clocking into the ghetto, but you know it is what it is. Something gotta fund the dream. And I'm actually kind of pissed off because they called for snow where I'm from, where I'm in New Jersey, and Philadelphia is literally 45 minutes away, and they're getting a full blizzard, and we're getting rain. Like, I want to see. So it's been a minute. I grew up with snow, so like when I moved down south, and it was like real. When I was living in North Carolina, it was like hype about it snowing and only being like 2 centimeters of snow. It kind of blew me. And like when I moved back up here, like I haven't seen any snow since. Like, well, no, we had a snowstorm, but like I missed the snow. I kind of want to see snow this year. Make some snow.
So when it's raining, do y'all call it wet dick? Because you know when it's cold, it's brick dick. So
all right, you're really dragging it. You're not making like that. Does not make any sense at all. Like
but brick dick makes sense.
Yeah, because you know, like when you think about like, let me not even try to make that make sense. It's just vernacular that we use up here. And we don't say brick dick all the time. We do not say it all the time. We usually just say brick. But like if it's cold, that's what we say is brick dick.
Well, I reckon if it's a blizzard, it's cold.
Yeah, well, it's not. There's no blizzarding going on right here, right now. It's so much rain. It's pissing me off. I'm over
And
it.
I don't have one of those things, but I thought they shrivel up when it's cold.
Oh, okay. Now, Jeremy.
All right. Hey, everybody. Y'all, we have a celebrity. Peter Parker is in the house tonight.
I'm hollering.
You know what?
We thank God for him. We thank God for him.
To the center stage.
Period. I gotta change my person now to Peter
Okay,
Parker.
you know we're not. Y'all not gonna drag it tonight. Y'all not.
Oh,
do
you wanted to be
dragging.
dragged. You
Are
showed
you
up looking to
Toby?
be
Are
dragged.
you
Right, you
Toby? Or
showed
are you
up.
Andrew
You showed up.
Garfield? Like, which one are you giving? Are we
I'm
Toby or
a-
are we Andrew? Like, let me know.
I'm fuck you. How about that? I'm that one. I'm that one that says fuck you. How about that?
I'm hollering.
Okay, whatever.
What inspired the wardrobe tonight?
I'm good. This is the last week of school before winter break, so it's really dragging. I'm sick of looking at these kids. Sick. Um, but I'm about to move in a couple weeks. We thank God. We praise God for an apartment. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Trying to become a dog dad. I went to visit a dog this week. And
Oh, I thought about getting a dog, and then I realized I don't like them like that.
I love dogs.
I
wanna be
love
a
them.
dog.
I just don't ask me to take care of them. You know what I mean?
It's a difference.
Yeah, I said I'm
difference.
gonna become a dog dad and a real dad in 2021. So I'm going.
Oh.
Well,
I'm going to
you
get
need to work on one of them.
Well, hey, my God, I'm going to get a dog, and I'm
Really,
going to
you've been at work on one of them.
2021. Be
That
blessed.
part.
Now, are you? Is this baby coming from your loins? Are we adopting? What type of baby we doing?
Oh no,
here?
this baby, I works for mine. I work hard for the money.
You gonna have that Spidey suit on when you do?
I might, bitch, I might be.
Baby coming out with superpowers.
Look, just slide that thing down.
Baby, put a hole in it, baby. Huh? I can reach the unreachable. May you be blessed. So, for those of you who don't know, I am in my fashionable Spider-Man onesie tonight, and I just want it's colder outside, and I just wanted to be comfortable. I love onesies. Onesies are like my favorite thing. I love onesies. They are the best thing. You get out the shower, be naked, and you just slide right on in it. And baby, that thing holds you. You know, I'm single. That thing holds you in the middle of the night. Like you got a warm body. Just Jesus, my God.
Oh, okay. Don't get too excited feeling yourself.
In the middle.
That part.
There's something in the middle, but it becomes a hassle. I call this my pure. This is my pure garment because to try to get out of this thing, it's too much.
There's too much to get out of it.
It's too much to get out of it, So this keeps you saved. This keeps you pure and holy. Chaste.
Chaste.
What'd
I
you
ain't
say?
had no
I
sex.
ain't had no sex.
The entrepreneur in me is saying, baby, somebody need to create a front little zipper in the front for guys where they can just boop.
Zip it on out.
Yeah.
Zip it up.
All right, well, you better patent that for somebody here and try to do it.
Listen,
For real.
that belongs to JoshDaWay Entertainment featuring glitteropticalonline.com so that you see what's being unzipped, huh?
Before you see this lawsuit at your desk.
I'll crack it up.
So we are excited to be back. This is episode 7.
My
This is
goodness.
episode 7.
And you can't appreciate the brick dick comment unless you listen to episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. You got to listen to all of it.
We have to start back. So we thank you. We thank all of our listeners for just keep coming back every week. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. So let's get into today's show. This week, Say It With Your Chest moment is going to be brought to you by the fashionably late Laurent.
All right, so like you are really trying it right now.
Y'all tried the fuck out of me.
I was really trying to save the read for later on in the show.
No, Josh has the right to read you. You was hella late, bro.
Y'all tried the fuck out of
On
me.
your side.
I was not. First of all, let me get all y'all together, okay? Because there has been plenty of times where I've been on this bitch before anybody, okay? Waiting on the host to start the meeting. Amber, you missed the whole production meeting. Jeremy.
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and put this back in the. All right.
But when it was time to perform, who showed up and was ready?
Don't matter. You
Oh,
can't
it
say
matters.
nothing.
I am so weak right now.
You know.
Try to put glitz on blast. Nigga, we show up when it's time to see, though.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Amber. All right. Anyway. So yes, I was a little late today, but I'm sorry I was having a little technical difficulties, but I'm here now. Praise
I
him.
can't see
Praise
you.
him.
Go ahead.
She said, I can't see.
But this week, Say It With Your Chest, I want to talk about my beautiful ladies, I who wear protective styles. I love all protective styles. I love the wigs. I love a good lace front. But there is no reason why the hairs should be adolescent hairs and not baby hairs. First of all, I don't like the baby. And me personally, I'm not a fan of the baby hair look because why are you 45 with baby hairs going? I don't like that. So like a cute little lace front where like the hairline is plucked wonderfully, where it just looks natural, like it is melted, it's coming from your scalp. That's wonderful. But there should not be any type of reason why I can do calligraphy with your baby hairs.
Oh
There's no reason why that should happen. Take them shits off the fucking wig. I'm over it. I'm tired of seeing it. Stop buying your fucking wigs from the dollar store. Stop buying these Party City wigs. Stop going to the beauty supply store, getting these little bag wigs that you get on the bottom of the shelf, that you just snap up with the bag and plop it and shake it out, and you make baby hair. Stop doing that.
Now
it's
cute. Somebody is looking in their rearview mirror on the podcast,
looking at their adolescent your baby
right
hairs. The hairs that's coming out your wig is collecting Social Security, and I'm not for it.
What is wrong with y'all?
They're not baby hairs. They're old. Let them go. That's it.
Y'all's minds is ate up. Sitting Jeremy into hiding.
I want you to go in something place.
I'm tired of seeing it. There should be no reason. There should be no reason for it. Let it go, sis.
Remember, they got finger waves in their baby hair.
You got two styles going on. You got finger waves and a whole 30-inch number going on.
Baby, choose you this day. Who you gonna serve?
Who?
I can look at your head and tell you, baby, you confused.
Confused. I can just tell.
That is funny.
So ladies, I mean this with all love. Please stop doing that. Let the baby hairs and the adolescent hairs and the elderly hairs. Just let it all go. Please. Please, it's not cute.
Your baby hair is needed insure at this point.
Amber, I love it.
I'm crying. That but I really hate the little lace part because it don't be blending in with their skin.
Yes, and thank you. 2 for 1. Your invisible lace is very visible, sis. We see it. It's very visible. We see it. You can bleach your knots. It's okay. There are YouTube tutorials on that. Bleach those knots, honey. So your visible can then be invisible.
That man said YouTube tutorials. So if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
We need to do a whole episode on Tyler Perry wigs.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Moving on in the service. We're gonna move on in the service because I'm still not
like this.
I told y'all better watch this on YouTube. You're not gonna get the full effect. Because the way he put this mouse on the top of his head to represent the first Medea show.
Fire!
Get the phone.
Oh Jesus! So okay, y'all on one tonight. Lord Jesus. No, because I still have not forgiven Tyler for that girl being in the shower. I mean, in the interrogation room with her hair a certain way, and then a camera pan and a half later.
We gonna get to Tyler in a minute because I got a whole bunch of shit to say to Tyler.
Oh, okay, no. Let's just move on. Let's just move. Because we haven't the time. Jesus. So before we get started with the hot topics this week, before we jump into in the year of our Lord 2020, it's gonna be changing real soon. I mean, Christmas is next week. My God.
Wow.
Jesus. Let's celebrate some Black excellence. So who are we bringing to the stage? Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
So I know that was good, right? So I have decided to highlight not too much, my good friend who I wanted her to join tonight, but she's filming. We praise God for being booked.
Amen.
It is none other than one of the greatest singers in the entire planet.
Absolutely.
Lettucey.
Absolutely.
I blame
you.
Her name means to bring forth. Edebosha. Known for
Oh, yeah.
myself.
That quickened me.
So Lettucey was born in New Orleans. She studied opera and piano at University of California, Berkeley. So a little bit of her musical history. Her first album was 2000, entitled Soul Singer, The Revival. 2002, we had Feelin' Orange. 2003, she won Outstanding Jazz Album at California Music Awards. 2007, this is where we kind of all really started to get with her. She released her third album, Lost and Found,
Yes.
which had All Right, charted 45 on Billboards, and In the Morning, charted 49. She earned 2 Grammy nominations that year, Best New Artist and Album. And then since, she has been nominated for 11, but has not won. And we just had a whole episode on the Grammys last week.
Yeah.
Including this year for traditional R&B performance for Anything for You. If you haven't heard it, go and download it. Her new album is entitled The Wild Card. She released that August 28th. And it's currently available on all platforms. Go buy it. Praise God.
Yes.
She's also an author, and she has a book out right now called Don't Ever Lose Your Walk, How to Embrace Your Journey. If you don't know who Lettucey is and you want to hear her for the first time, go to YouTube and watch Black Girls Rock, which she did it with her. It was Jill Scott, Marsha, and who else? Somebody else. The For Color Girls little thing they did.
It was Kelly Price.
Oh yeah, Kelly. I'm booked. Yes. So Lettucey, if you're listening, I love you so much. I miss you. We wanted to highlight you this week because you are excellent and you are not forgotten about in the industry.
Absolutely not.
And you are soaring right now. You're acting, and I know that's a challenge for you, but you're doing the damn thing. So we highlight you and we celebrate you. Black excellence. Whoa, yeah.
Yeah, she's so amazing.
We love Lettucey. I do love Lettucey. One time for Jeremy with the flex, he said my friend. I was gonna bring my friend.
My friend.
It's gonna be my friend, and it wasn't the local friend. It was a Lettucey. Oh,
it was
name
a
drop or
Lettucey.
whatever.
Come on, you better know people. You better know people.
I got all the superstars in the house.
Lettucey, can you come sing at my wedding?
Holly Berries.
Lettucey, if you're listening to this, I love you. Come sing at my wedding.
Okay, see,
We can make that happen.
No, but I will say this: my favorite Lettucey performance. I know that Black girl, the one that you mentioned, was really good. But I literally watch her Tiny Desk every day. When she did Tiny Desk, I watched that every single day. Like her raw vocals are amazing, and that background vocal she had, I don't know who she was, but sis was sitting and singing. Okay, loved it.
Like, so how we met. I know we talked about this. So I was a PA for a show last year called Witness Uganda, and I didn't even know that she was in it. And so it's the first day's production meeting, so all the cast is there, and I was like, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna relax. And so when they got into rehearsal and like she really got comfortable and she let go, hearing her vocals live and just like watching her instrument work, baby, it's the tongue placement for me because and that's that opera training. Like it is. It's mind blowing. She can literally sing anything, anything.
Lettucey, she's a bad girl. My favorite song by Lettucey is from the Pieces of Me album. Be Good to Yourself. Be good.
Yeah,
to yourself.
Absolutely.
Listen, sometimes she had that Fantasia thing. Sometimes you don't listen.
All right now.
We love to see it.
I love it. So yeah, we celebrate Lettucey. We love her. Buy her book. I didn't know she was an author. Buy her book.
Absolutely.
You can get it on Amazon.
Get it on Amazon. Yes, get them numbers up. We love to see Amazon numbers for authors. Amen. And while you're getting Lettucey's book, get mine as well, huh?
How about it?
Get all 4 of them. How? Be blessed in the city and in the field. Amen. It's time for In the Year of Our Lord 2020, where everything is going down but the word of God. And my God. So what's been happening? What's been happening this week?
What hasn't been happening?
Oh, Jesus.
There's a few things that's been happening.
Well, Biden won.
Again for the 85th time.
70,000.
I mean, he was already my president. When I voted for him, he was my president.
Okay, at that point,
Baby, my faith sealed that deal. I said it, and it is so, and it shall not be otherwise in Jesus' name. Huh?
Well, the Daily News said it's over even if the fat man won't sing.
that
was the title of their article.
Wow, that's how solidified we are in this thing.
Yes, we were sure that Trump was not our president. He was never our president.
Sure what?
He was just a
Barack
fat
is my
bastard.
president.
He was just a fat bastard sitting in the seat in the White House because he was not my president. What Auntie Maxine said, I don't honor him. I don't respect him.
With her glasses.
We need to get his ass out.
I love Auntie Maxine.
Okay. So help me, because everybody's, I'm an avid Twitter user. I tweet more than I text. And I've been seeing all on my timelines that black people are supposed to be getting some kind of power on December 21st. What is that? Like, it's something about moons and renegades and blah. But I said, I got the Holy Ghost. I got the power all year.
So from what I've read, apparently the two biggest planets are going to combine or something, and
or align with each other, I believe.
Align, something like that. That's
no, but and I was outside the other night, and I happened to just look up, and I was seeing you can clearly see the difference between stars and planets. And I don't know what planet I saw, but it's you can see it happen.
Oh, you can see planets? Your eyes is good.
With your bare eyeballs?
No, not
without glasses from Glitz Optical?
I'm just yes, with my glasses from Glitz Optical. Let me stop playing. Nah, but you just know, if you look up into the sky, you see what stars they have that bluish color, and I just happened to look straight ahead and I just see it wasn't the moon, but it was a little orange dot. I said that has to be a planet, especially being as a I'm just saying it has to be, because everything is we're in that place, like you said, on the 21st these two planets are supposed to align or something like that. So maybe they're just rotating and getting into that alignment.
Well, if it's anything like what them brooms did, because I think a few things could introduce this coronavirus.
Yeah, the brooms.
It was them brooms, and it was them people, them nasty ass people down to the Walmarts and Targets and stuff, licking them ice creams and putting them back.
Oh yeah,
that girl who licked in the Bluebell. That's who it was.
That's what started this shit.
That's what started the corona.
That's what started this shit. But so let's just play for a while. So if you could have a superpower, what would your superpower be? What superpower would you want? I'll start. I would want teleportation and invisibility.
Yeah, I was gonna say invisibility. I want to be invisible.
I want to walk in rooms and you not even know my ass is there.
I would want to.
I don't know if my mental could handle that though. Then I snap back into flesh and be like, "What, bitch?" I'd tell on myself.
Exactly. You hear somebody talking shit about you, you pop up. Now, what the fuck you had said?
Man, you just hit him in the throat. You just hit.
This guy, and they look around what the fuck was that? Don't worry.
No, that sound like y'all want to be a ghost. We don't want that, Jesus. Be careful what you ask for now.
Right. I think I would too. I think I would want telepathy and telekinesis.
Okay.
I want to be able to.
What does that second word mean?
Telekinesis. That's the ability to move things with your mind. Ooh. Telepathy is the ability to read people's minds and control people's minds.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to be like a combination of Magneto and Professor X.
Yeah.
Like,
come on, Marvel reference.
I can move stuff, and I can. Ooh.
Yeah. That's what I said.
But I can control when if I want to read somebody's mind, I can control when, versus I'm just hearing everybody's thoughts the whole time.
Yes.
Ooh, but let me tell you something, baby. If you can't do that, you can get the Holy Ghost. Ha! Hey.
Okay.
Hey, the Holy Ghost.
And we're moving.
You'll be able.
And we're moving.
So in other news, so down to the Red Table Talk, Jada, her daughter, and Gammy brought. Well, I'm not gonna say Gammy brought this girl to the table.
Because Gimme wasn't for it.
He was not for it. They had Olivia J, whatever the girl name is, Olivia down to the table, and Gammy was not here for it.
No.
Gammy said, you know, there's so much dehumanization of black people going on. Black people don't get the same opportunities. Black people don't get the same privileges that you get. And she straight up said her ass is gonna be all right, whether that ass sits at this table or not. And I was completely okay with that, because for me, and then Jada said something that really struck a nerve with me. She said, well, in defense to her bringing the girl to the table, she said, well, I'm never going to be what happened to me. And although I understand that, why do we as black people always have to concede? We always have to lay down and make the way straight for the whites to come and feel comfortable, and they always run to us for safety and to feel. I think white people gonna think we don't like them, and that's not true. It's just we want our things. We want our things, and we want y'all to stop running to us to save the damn day. But then we can't even. We got to beg y'all to say Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. And it's not about the movement. It's about the principle. It's about the truth and the Black life mattering. Yeah. We got to beg y'all to say that. Hell, we had to beg you to put a damn black square on Instagram.
No, that's true though.
That's very true.
That's very true.
And you want to use our platforms. You want to use our people, our votes. You want to, you know. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that shit.
I think some people are used to being the oppressed, and so they kind of settle in that and think that being the oppressed is pleasing, you know, white folks, because there are some black people who will play that card just to get ahead. And if I have to do that, I don't need to be wherever that place is. Yeah. Because if I have to minimize who I am as not only a black man, but just, I mean, a human, but a black man, no, because I'm already powerful as it is. Period. But I think some people are accustomed to oppression, and they don't really know that they're in it. And so they just kind of dumb down everything and just kind of go along with whatever. So,
yeah. And black people, you know, by nature, we have such a loving, kind, caring spirit. We're not savages by nature. So it is not in our nature to do one the way that they may do us. Mm-hmm. But as 2021 is approaching, you need to get a little savagery to you.
Come on, say that.
Okay. I know it's not in our nature to, but you got to take the you out of fuck and stop giving it to these niggas. We don't give a fuck about you.
Oh, I like that.
I like that. Out of fuck. Take the you out of fuck. I like that.
Yeah, I can't give a fuck about you and your feelings no more. Not in 2021. No. Maybe in 1960. And that's what enough is enough. Mm-hmm. You know?
And that's the type time Gaming was on. I don't give a fuck, but she made a point. And Jada, my whole situation was that is Jada. I get it, sis, but no, we always take the high road. We're always the bigger person. We're always, you know, we're just like, it's just in our innate nature to do that. Yeah. But concerning the situation, it's all bullshit to me, because you're not gonna sit here and tell me that you're not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, you know, I didn't realize the privilege I was born into. And your mom only did what, 30 days, 60 days, and your dad's only gonna do 5 months in jail, when a black female just using a different address and getting years.
I'm really angry this time. That's why I'm being quiet, because it stirs something in me that's just not holy.
It's all right. Let it on out.
Yeah, but that's why I resonated so strongly with Gammy, because Gammy was like, fuck you and fuck that shit. Like fuck that, because we are not about to do that. And Gammy's disposition the whole time was, bitch, okay, say what you got to say so you can get the fuck. Because
I'm trying to care. I'm really trying to care.
I can't.
She said, but I can't. I can't seem to find it in myself to care about the fact that you lost your endorsements.
Exactly.
And but that's the thing. That's what turned me off in the presidential debate, when they brought up Breonna Taylor, and you know, then it became a matter of looting, and he equated her life to his rich ass white friend losing her business, her place of business being burnt down. Bitch, you can get renter's insurance for that. I don't care how much life insurance you got, you ain't coming back from death.
Absolutely.
And it's just always, and Amber made a good point. We've always been the nurturers. They was raping our black women, all this stuff, and then put them they white babies, taking the black babies off the titty to put their white babies on the titty.
So now my titty is forever sagging and flat for my man because I was feeding your baby. He done worked a long, hard day in the field, and I can't even give him a good titty to suck on because your white ass child done sucked all my shit out.
Amber J has left the chat. Amber J has been removed from the chat.
What Monique said impression? She said, I said, what you doing?
We really do love some white people though. Like if we don't hate white people, we really do.
I love Tori Kelly. I love Tori Kelly and JoJo.
I have some because I have some white friends that I do love.
Being nurturing.
I do, but at the end of the day, most of y'all ain't shit and fuck y'all. And especially Olivia, whoever she was, bitch. Okay, let me not go there.
It's the door.
Yeah,
it's the door.
And we're moving on. So in other news, in reality TV, before we introduce Fashions by Laurent, in reality TV, I do want to talk about the way Monique Samuels, the beauty, my bae, the way she gathered Giselle Bryant. And baby, she called that man Pastor Holy Whore.
What?
You haven't seen it?
I have
no.
not. I told you.
Oh my God.
You got to insert that clip when you air this.
Okay, so let me bring you up to speed real quick. So there's this girl. Y'all got to watch Real Housewives of Potomac. So there's this girl named Candace. She thinks she can sing, but she really can't. The Elmo down to Sesame Street giving better vocals than she is.
Oh wow.
So she always yapping off at the mouth, blah blah blah. Well, they had this altercation. She was like, "What you gonna do? Drag me?" And Monique dragged the fuck out of her. And
I did see that. She grabbed her hair and everything, didn't she?
So all season these women ganged up on Monique and bullied her and was like,
she shouldn't have did that and all of that.
Did that, and you a black woman, and you know what the black woman narrative is, and you made us seem angry, but y'all sitting around here gossiping for 7 other seasons, like whatever. So they get to the reunion show, and Monique pulls out this binder from Staples. Baby, and she got tabs of each and every one of the girls just full of receipts. So she flips to Giselle Bryant, because she had the most shit to say. She said, so a pastor in Atlanta has been screwing your husband, and she sent me all the text messages. Is this his number? And she called the number out, and Giselle's dumbass said, yeah, that's his number.
Why would she do that?
Baby, it was over. It was over.
Why would she do that?
It was over. And
she had time to get with her publicist.
And what Monique said to Giselle, she said, you bring a new man onto this show every fucking season. Well, hopefully the man you pretend to have now is going to come sit behind you. She said, is Jamal here? And she said, no, he's not coming. Baby. She called him, she said, he's past a holy whore.
Not past a holy whore.
She said he's been slinging dick all around New Birth. Oh, baby. She did not step off that woman's neck. And I was here for it.
My goodness. The only Housewives franchise that I watch faithfully is Atlanta. And to be honest with you, I haven't even watched this season yet because Nene isn't on it. I'm kind of like a little.
Yeah, they lost me with Phaedra left, but Potomac is really classy, and they're a better franchise because I know you like that old ratchet love and hip hop, spit in your mouth.
I do. Wait, no, all right. There you go, Dragon.
Here he go.
There you go, Dragon again. I mean, you just won't stop. You just won't stop. I'm trying to have us be on one accord tonight, but you just itching for it.
And you'd have to catch episode 3 and 4 to catch that plug.
Right. No, yeah. I do like the ratchet shit or whatever. Like I did try to watch Potomac like the first season, but I was like, it's just not ratchet enough for me.
Yeah. Okay. So since you don't like them, go ahead and speak on their outfit.
Because I don't know any of these women, but they all look the mess on this reunion show. To be quite honest with you, I know Giselle, and I know Monique because I know Monique because of the situation. I know Giselle because I knew her before she even got on the show. Um, every single one of them look like like when you go into the mall and they have those prom stores. They look like they all went in at one time and picked out a dress, especially Monique's dress. This is definitely giving me prom tease. Her dress definitely is. And this, what's the pregnant lady one? What's her name?
Pregnant lady.
Oh, Ashley Forehead. We call her Forehead.
So Forehead. Y'all remember that episode of The Parkers when Professor Ogilvy was in that dance competition and
Call me back.
and Miss Parker messed up that lady's leg, and Professor Ogilvy said, "If you can fit into this dress, you can dance with me." And then so she split the dress in half and put like the zebra print down the middle. This is what this young lady dress is giving me. It looks like she could not fit the original dress, so she split it down the middle and put this little floral pattern in on the sides. It's giving me very much so Nikki Parker, Kim Parker original. Karen, is that her name? The Dom, whatever her name is.
Yes.
She looks cute, but like I said, my thing is, it's all of them. This is giving me very much so mall prom dress store. It's not giving me that. See, with Real Housewives of Atlanta, you get fashion. You get some good dresses. You get some good garments. You don't see that.
Good boobs because they do have.
When I say them tits is sitting up, everybody got their tits out.
They do have boobs down to the Atlanta.
Now this I don't know her name. The light skinned one with the
Robin. We don't like her.
Well, she looked the best. She was my favorite she looked.
But that spirit is nasty.
But and that hair was, I don't know what she had going on with that hair. She had like cheetah print in her hair.
It's a reflection of her spirit.
Damn, she's that nasty. I need to watch the show. I need to watch the show.
You got to get into it. All right. So what else has happened in life?
Miami made some trash ass statement.
Oh God.
Oh my.
She said, I'm not even a female and it pissed me off. She said the pussy is trash if you've never been pregnant.
That's right. She did say that.
Why would you say some ignorant shit like that?
I just want to know when the last time she went to the gynecologist.
My God.
I just want to know.
What
was the report?
Well, how many children does she have?
She has one. Yeah, she has one son, daughter. I don't know, or maybe two. I don't know. I don't keep up with Shorty like that. So how many kids she has.
But I want to ask her how many niggas that have been run through your vaginal walls.
Yeah, and if you're boasting about the pussy being trash, you never pregnant. How many times have you been pregnant?
And how many abortions have you had?
Boom, there it is. And it's stupid. Like, why would you say something like that? Like, being pregnant does not make a female any less of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Her not being pregnant. And then what if the female is dealing with infertility issues? There are plenty of reasons why a female cannot get pregnant. You'll make this tone deaf statement. You're dumb as fuck. First of all, I knew you was dumb when your ass said flued out, but then you want to make this statement. You're really fucking stupid. And it really makes me mad to say this because I really enjoy Carisha as she's hilarious. Like, you know, when her and Santana get on live, they go back and forth. It's funny. Some of her music, I'm not gonna hold you. No, I'm a little rash. I do have my city girl moments. But bitch, when you say stupid shit like this, it makes you want to cancel, not cancel you, but not subscribe to you.
Oh, she's a city girl.
Yes, it's her and JT. She's a city girl.
You see, Josh, how you didn't even know who the hell this bitch was.
Never knew.
That shows
I didn't know that was a
should not be making no public statement for all women's vaginas.
That's not fair to say because she is known. She is known. She's.
I didn't know who she was.
Who is she known by? These niggas who's impregnating her?
Fuck boys. She's known by fuck boys.
I don't care. No, she's known. People know this. Who
do they know her vagina walls?
I'm pretty sure there are a lot of niggas that do know her vagina walls.
I mean, because wasn't she one of the ones talking about Hot Girl Summer?
Yes, she was.
Well, yeah, she know. Niggas know her. if you, what's her name?
Carisha.
If you or anybody else have been affected or a victim of Carisha's vagina, please call 1-800. Get your pussy back.
This has been sponsored by Vagisil.
Oh, Harry. Oh, and Kierra's married too, y'all.
Kierra did tie the knot. Kierra did tie the knot.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. What I did not appreciate about Kierra's tying of the knot, baby, because you grown. Stop thinking that you have to explain yourself to church people. Girl, fuck them. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Girl, fuck them.
No, fuck them church people.
Because half of them are miserable and they want you to live your life as a lie like they do. And it's just like, girl, okay, so if you don't know what happened, she posted a picture after her wedding and said, "No, I didn't have a shotgun wedding because I'm pregnant. We're not having sex and I'm on my period, so we can't even have sex if I wanted to." First of all, that was too fucking much information.
It was.
I don't want to
not saved.
Yeah, I don't want to be playing something has to break and thinking about your vaginal walls breaking with whatever they're gonna break with. But you don't have to explain. You are grown. You are not my daughter, Kierra Shea. You are not Kiki anymore. Like, you are a grown ass woman. You live in your own house, pay your own bills, got your own ass husband who is a cute dog. So to say y'all not having sex, I'm on your side. But Kierra, he's a cute dog. Y'all fucking.
Them hips don't lie, daughter. Them hips do not lie. Them
hips don't lie.
sweating.
Them hips don't lie. And it's not the Hawaiian rolls you've been eating. It's that dick you've been taking.
It's the dick. It's a drip. I feel like I feel like she was just because she knows the state of the mind that the church is in today. Or did I say that right?
Yeah, I got you.
She knows how church people think, and she knows how church people think in these days now. And she knows that if people would have saw that she had a quote unquote shotgun wedding, they already going to think that Dora is pregnant. So I think that she was just trying to get ahead of, maybe that was like a kind of a publicity thing to get ahead of the conversation, to let y'all niggas know, no, I'm not pregnant, just in case y'all want to start that rumor, I'm not pregnant. I think that's, which I can understand that move. But if she would have said that we're not having sex at all, then sis, y'all was at quarantining together. Like, come on.
It was something going down. If there was no penetration, there was some licking and sucking and
there was something
churching. but even if there was, baby, you grown, and exactly. All these church folks been licking and sucking and spitting and all doing all that. So, baby, it's 2020. I'm getting everybody to pass in 2020. Baby, do what you got to do to keep yourself calm, collected, and centered. If that means you need to gobble and wobble on a dick, baby, go do what you got to do. But I'm glad that you're married.
Is that why you giving Wiz Khalifa a pass?
Who is that?
Thank you, LaRon.
Because
come on, let's do it.
Because you apparently said there was nothing wrong with this man kissing his son on the lips.
Okay. So let's do this. Present your statement. present your case, because I'm ready for y'all asses.
I'm gonna let go ahead, sis. I'm gonna let Amber go.
She don't put on her Ray Charles.
She put on the shades. She put on her Regan shades. I'm ready. Go ahead.
I just cannot see the bullshit that be coming from Josh concerning this topic. Okay, and I think it's important that the audience gets involved in this. So go to our page and let us know what you're talking about, because I'm gonna actually put this in my stories with the picture. So you gotta also have the picture. Number one, I'm a woman. I enjoy affection with my daughter. I enjoy affection from my mom. I enjoy affection from my father. I'm a daddy's girl. So let me just put that at the forefront of my statement, so that you don't think I got any daddy issues, because me and Papa, we this good. Okay. So now that I got that out the way, I do not see any need for a grown man moisture of his lips to be on his son's top lip. There's no need to show affection in that way. I can show you love without the little dribble on my lip being on your lip. It's unnecessary on every level. And unless you got something to combat that, especially during Corona time, your point is invalid. Keep your damn top lip off my son's top lip or my daughter's top lip. They 5-6 years old. Why? And the smooth, he had the top and the bottom lip on. It's just unnecessary. We don't need to be doing that. for any reason.
Okay, but y'all are treating this like it was a mad, passionate kiss. It was a Patti LaBelle does it to everybody she performs with. It's just a come here, baby. Hell, even the Bible says greet your brother and sister with a hug and a holy kiss
On the cheek.
It don't say on no cheek. It is not say on the cheek.
That's the holy part.
No, it's not.
That's the holy part.
No, it's not. That's man's perversion. That's man's perversion because people have sexualized affection. And you had your time to talk, so I'm going to say.
Are you kissing your coworkers?
No, because I don't like their asses.
Okay. Are you kissing all your friends?
A coworker is not my child. A coworker is not the same thing as my child.
Okay, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt.
I will absolutely kiss my brother.
On the lips.
Absolutely. If we have that kind of relationship, because this is not, I could understand y'all's point of view if he just now got into his child's life and, you know, hey son, come give me a kiss on the lips. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Because even with my father, me and my father don't have that kind of relationship where my father would just come and kiss me on the lips. At that point, it would be weird. But if you have this child and this father who have had this relationship all this time, where since conception, since the baby was born, his father said, "Oh, that's my son," smooch and put him down. I don't see that as a sexualized act. I don't see that as something that's perfect.
I just see it as unnecessary. It's not necessary.
But that's something that you wouldn't do in your house. But to criticize another man for what he's doing in his house and saying that he's wrong and that he shouldn't do that, that's just your personal preference. It is no different. It's no different than somebody saying, well, women shouldn't wear pants because I don't like women wearing pants.
You sound like these people that's advocating for pedophiles talking about it's their sexual preference.
No. But it's not a sexual preference because pedophilia is not me talking about my child. I'm not being perverted in any kind of way. What I'm saying is there was nothing sexual about that kiss. That's just a father that. Hell, who knows, and who is this? Because I don't know the rapper. Who knows that might have been his miracle baby. You know, we don't know all of the details, so I can't sit here and judge you because it's no different. We was just all in cahoots on Thanksgiving about Smokey Norfolk's 17-year-old son hopping in his lap and taking a nap. What's the difference?
Well, then what's the difference between somebody getting spitting in their mouth during sex then?
Well, that's LaRon's preference, and that's between him and his
man. What's the difference?
You was judging it.
It's you was judging.
It's my preference. It is your preference, but it will not happen.
Okay, so Wiz Khalifa kissing his son in the mouth is disgusting to me. That's my opinion. I think that it's just. I think that's too much, and this is coming from a man who does have a very affectionate relationship with his father. My biological father, when I was little, he would kiss me all the time. But when I grew the fuck up, we cut that shit the fuck out. It's just inappropriate. But
at heart, and I'm not saying that I would even do it. I'm just saying at heart, the heart of you all's judgment of it is based on a double standard. Because women kiss each other in the mouth all the time. You see Fantasia and Patti LaBelle do it. You see all of the divas do it, and it's nothing. But a man kissing another. Well,
because I thought that shit was nasty when I don't like that shit. Especially
what I'm saying is there's a clear. It might not be your double standard, but there is a clear societal whatever. Jesus. The societal.
That's when you know you're sticking up for some bullshit.
There's a clear
fucking words right. That's how you know.
There's a clear double standard for what women get away with and what men get away with, and I think it's because of that fragile masculinity. And again, I'm not saying kiss nobody in the mouth, but I'm saying your disdain is rooted in some kind of fragile masculinity, and that's point blank. Period.
And and men and women are not the same. I want us to stop this mess either, that we got to feel like that, well, if women can't do it, men can't do it. We have certain roles, I feel like, for a reason. But at the same time, I'm not kissing no male, female on the lips like that.
Yeah, I can't.
Just on a meet and greet tip that I love you.
But I understand that with the stranger, because I'm not but my child, you can't tell me how to be affectionate with my child. That's just like the conversation that I see on social media all the time about fathers having their children take baths with them, and it's just like, that's a child. It's a child.
Okay, so what? So let's talk about it, Josh. What age are you getting out of stop sharing your dirty ass water with your kids?
Well, I don't sit in bathtubs. I like.
Okay, what age do you think
speaking.
does it become inappropriate and okay to judge?
Good question.
I don't
The
have.
judgment starts in the house. So
That's the word. That's the book. I don't have a specified age, but the thing is, it doesn't matter what age it is, because the uproar is always about. It's typically about a newborn, because nobody's hopping in the tub with a 7-year-old. I mean, at the point that it makes the child uncomfortable, whatever, you shouldn't do it. But I'm talking about baby, like toddlers, like.
So let me tell y'all what happened to me. I was neighbor 2 doors down the road, used to keep me. I had to have been about 5 years old. And the woman was about 60 something. And my mother came to pick me up one day and saw me in the tub with this 60 something year old woman and cussed her smooth out. Now, this woman was no kin to me. Now, she wasn't doing anything inappropriate with me, and maybe she might have came up to a time when that's appropriate. But that is completely unnecessary. And when I think about now that I'm in my 30s and I have a daughter, if I seen my child in the tub with anybody besides her cousin that I put her in the tub with when they's 2-3 years old,
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
But even then,
cold outside.
what's the difference between putting your child in the tub with a cousin up until they're 5 or whatever, because you want to save water?
Common sense is the difference.
Well, I mean, common sense ain't so common, and everybody's definition of common sense is not the same. What I'm saying is, majority of people's disdain for it is rooted in is rooted in fragile masculinity, and that's what I'm not saying that is wrong, right, or indifferent. I'm just saying the heart of the argument is rooted in something that is traumatic, that's rooted in something that's perverted, and that's why people sexualize that kind of thing. You go over to another, and it's very much so the way we operate in this culture. You go, it's nothing to go over the waters or whatever and see people kissing strangers in the mouth. It's just how they greet.
When you're in Rome, you do what you're doing wrong.
But that's what I'm saying.
We ain't in Rome.
But that's what I'm saying. But what I do in my house, you might not do at your house. But you don't get to say that because you don't do it at your house, it's wrong for me to do it in mine.
Yes, I do get to say that
don't
when
put
you
it in public
publicize
eye,
it.
because
That's what I'm about to say. When
that's another thing. And then that argument is gonna come back and bite you in the butt, because then what happens to the business owners that put out their products, and then somebody says, "Well, hey, this is trash. I don't agree with this. I don't blah 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 blah. I don't." Then people say, "Well, you're just being mean and you're just being harsh. Well, you shouldn't put it online. You shouldn't have put it on."
They got the right to do that, though.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's a very blurred line. And my thing is still, if that is their relationship, as long as nothing inappropriate is happening, I can't tell another human how to love their child. That's not my place. That and another point to that is Dwayne Wade's Zaza
daughter.
Yeah. What's her name? Zaya. And I had this conversation with my sister. She was like, "Well, he shouldn't be putting her out. He should, it's okay for him to love her the same, but he shouldn't do that openly." And I said, "Well, why shouldn't he love his child openly? I mean, if his child identified as straight, y'all would see no problem with it. So why is it now a problem because his child identifies as something other than straight?" And a lot of people's disdain, again, is rooted in something that's traumatic, or something that's a double standard, or something that is fragile. be it masculinity or femininity. It's something that's fragile, and I don't think that's fair. I should not have to hide the way that I love or choose to love my child in genuineness. I should not have to hide that because it makes you uncomfortable. So fuck you if it makes you uncomfortable. This is how I genuinely love my child, and if my child needs this from me, I'm going to give it to my child. Now, whoever decided to put it on social media, that's their business. But y'all are absolutely right. People have the option or the prerogative to speak on it now that it's public. But to be insinuating that this man is nasty or doing something inappropriate with his child, no, I don't buy into.
I never insinuated.
I never said that.
Who insinuated that? I just thought it was weird. I just think it's
I
weird.
just don't
And
think
if that's how you want to love your child,
saliva need to be on that child's saliva. I feel like there's a lot of other ways to to show affection. Y'all niggas can color together. Y'all niggas can ride a scooter together. Y'all niggas can take a nap in the park together. Y'all niggas can cuddle up and whatever. My spit don't have to touch your spit in order for me to show you affection. That's
but who says a kiss has to be full of spit? You don't have to
spit on your top lip right now. All of us got a little moisture.
Well, my lips are a bit dry right now, so you be blessed.
On the inner corners.
No saliva.
Right, LaRon.
And we're moving on.
Yes. Oh, what about did y'all hear about I'm sorry.
As you lubricate your lips.
As I lubricate, right. Mm-hmm. Y'all hear about the new Sister Act movie?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear who's producing it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Being producer and directing and writing are different things. Because he produced.
Everybody had the same face. Yeah.
No. But hear me out. He produced Precious and had, and he wasn't down to the studio directing Monique on what she should do. So it's a difference between producing and being hired to write and direct. Now, if he was writing and directing, fuck no. Absolutely not. But if a producer's job is to put money into the project, you give him coin. That's your function. You give coin and whatever. It didn't say he was the producer. He's just a producer on the film. So he's just contributing coins to the project.
Okay.
That we know, because sometimes there are producers who definitely will overstep and feud with the director and like, well, this is my money, so technically it's my film. I have seen that firsthand. That's what concerns me. So hopefully he will just. Well, first of all, they don't need a third movie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like Sister Act needs a third movie. Like,
you think most of them are dead.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Are we really anticipating this?
I'm not.
It's just people's nostalgia. It's just like, oh, Sister Act. It's
definitely nostalgia.
It's probably just going to be straight to Netflix, or no shade to Netflix because Netflix has some good movies, but it's probably going to be straight to Netflix. I mean, hell, all movies are straight to Netflix at this point.
HBO Max, baby.
Yeah, I thought Netflix would be a step up for them.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen that firsthand too, Jeremy. But it just depends on how much of the producer pie he really has.
Right. That's what I'm curious about.
If he's executive producer, which has not come out, it just says he's a producer. So this is not a Tyler Perry film. If this was a Tyler Perry film, then I would absolutely not be for it. But it's not a Tyler Perry film. He's just gonna get a little credit like he did with Precious. It's just or the movie Peoples, where he because he didn't do anything with that film.
He just gonna get some credit for it.
He's just gonna get credit for it. It's just gonna say Tyler Perry presents. Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, and Oprah Winfrey present Precious.
Oh yeah, because I don't want him to have no. First of all, I'm not even looking forward to another Sister Act. I'm more so looking forward to another Hocus Pocus because I feel like that because they're talking about doing a Hocus Pocus 2 as well. I'm looking more forward to that than another Sister Act because I'm like, with Sister Act, where else can you go? And on top of that, if y'all plan on releasing this soon, y'all better start let Lauryn Hill to be on set now so she can actually be on there when it's on
time. So she can be on time.
Okay, so let's talk about the actual topic for tonight because my spirit is vexed.
Your spirit got vexed.
Spirit got vexed.
I'm hollering. Am I introducing it?
Yes.
It is.
Well, so I wanted to talk about I brought it up to the group to talk about relationships today on this episode.
Because we all want to be loved.
I'm hollering. I just thought it would be interesting to know everyone's perspective. And this is in platonic and romantic relationships. What do they look for when it comes to whether be it friend or a boyfriend or girlfriend? Um, what are some things that you learned from relationships in your past? What are some toxic traits that you learned to look out for and not want to bring into your next relationship? What are some things about yourself that you have learned, whether be it toxic or what have you, that you don't want to carry into your next relationship or present relationship, whatever the case may be? So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. For me, I am in a relationship. If you know, you know. Um, and it's very it's not the perfect relationship.
It has a lot of sex.
Baby. Well, that one thing about it, we're going to have sex. One thing about that's going to happen. I kind of felt like Portia for a second because I'm about to be like, it's not perfect by Cordella's not perfect by far. My relationship is not perfect by far, but one thing I'm learning in this relationship is that communication. And I'm gonna keep with it being with y'all. Like in every relationship I've ever had, I've never been faithful. This is my first relationship. No, seriously, this is my first relationship that I've been in that I have like cut off all my niggas.
Oh well,
How many
congratulations! I'm proud of you for
relationships that
that.
you've been in?
I'm sorry.
How many relationships would you say you've been in?
Relationships.
Real relationships. Yeah.
Okay, so real relationships I have been in. I can count on one hand. I've been in 5 real relationships that I
cheated on 4 of them.
I cheated on all of them, including this one I'm in that right now. 6. I've been in 6 relationships, but every one of my relationships, whether be it physical, I'm sending my nudes. I've never been.
So what makes you cheat?
Because
I like it's the look up to the left for me.
Because I don't want just one. I want all y'all, or that's how I felt. Like how I felt was I don't want just one. All y'all got something that y'all can bring to the table. If I need, then you know there'll be time. My fault was, even though I was doing single shit. I still wanted the comfort of having a boyfriend.
Okay, well, that's still going on in a lot of relationships because it's married folks, both men and women, that's out here just whole single, big single, and DMs.
Big single.
It's
just that comfort of knowing that if I want to cuddle with somebody, or if I want, if I want somebody if I want to pull on somebody and they act in the boyfriend girlfriend role, I can pull on you. But if I want to be if I am a huge flirt, and it's not even intentional. Like I don't even flirt intentionally; it just happens.
Well, see, that's my problem too. I'm a huge flirt, and people think I'm flirting with them, and I'm
R. Kelly.
It's that southern charm.
But I'm a huge flirt, and I don't like. I know when I'm intentionally flirting, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not intentionally
flirting.
Exactly. So I get that. But no, see, it's to what you said. It's that same comfort fucking with me that's gonna get you put in the tomb because bitch, no. And that's my thing. I would rather you just be upfront and say, listen, I like you, make me feel comfortable. I have this certain comfort with you. I can come over here. We can chill. We can kick it. But I don't want to be exclusive. I still want to be out here. I will respect the fuck out of you. I might say no, but I will respect the fuck out of you for saying that instead of coming to me wanting a relationship and then going playing harlot under every tree. That's Bible. Playing a harlot under every tree. When you said that, it made me think of Tamar. You got a cheater. You got a computer whiz. You got a man that can't keep a job. This man right here. But I don't understand. I always tell people, I don't understand cheating. If I don't want you anymore, I'm going to tell you I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to do this anymore.
I mean, well, has anyone else cheated in a relationship, or has
I
it just
have several times.
so
I
for
cheated in my marriage.
so what was it for you? Like it was just what caused the cheating, or what?
Yeah, so I am flirtatious by nature, but more so than that, I'm very competitive by nature. And I got married very, very young. Got married at 19. I do not advise no one to do that.
Yeah.
Only my worst enemy. And it just when you don't know who you are as a woman, you can't be a wife to anybody.
Mm,
And vice versa. If you don't know
vice
who
versa,
you are
exactly.
as a man,
Can't be a
how are you going to
husband.
be a husband to somebody else?
Mhm.
So, um, I know I did not respect him because I felt like I knew more than he did, and I felt like he should have known more than what I did because he was older than me and he's the man. So I have a very strong, dominant personality. And if I don't feel like you know what the fuck you doing, then I lose respect for you. And in that, it caused, if a woman doesn't respect a man and she's talking down to him, he's going to look for a woman that talks well to him, that makes him feel good. And so he did that. And, I'm like, oh, you going to do this to me? Well, let me show you how you should have did it if you was going to.
Okay, see, I'm with that.
I'm a one-upper.
Yeah, I can always play the game better than you, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I did that.
Like, I'm going to go further than you. I'm going to do it better than you.
I'm gonna hit you where it hurts.
And I'm gonna
harder.
come and tell you that I did it.
Absolutely, that's what I did.
And we did this. I mean, I say he little cheated, and I always big cheated. I mean, I just could write a book. At one point, I'm telling all my business. It got so bad, y'all, that one day he came home and I said, "Look, here's the money for our daughter's daycare. Your food is in the oven. I'm going to Florida to be with this man. I'll be back in 2 days." And I legit did that.
Amber, yeah.
But that's the kind of energy that
I
I'm.
know what pushed me to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the kind of energy that I'm on, though. Well, I'm not on it no more.
It's
but
so toxic, though. It's a
really
horrible
toxic,
place to live. And it is affecting me now. Even though my marriage was a long time ago, to live like that for 10 years.
Mhm.
Now I feel like I gotta play chess when everyone is just trying to like, hey, get to know me. And I'm like, what you on, nigga? Like, I'm with the shits. And they just trying to have coffee. You know what I mean? Like, so now I'm so aggressive in my approach. I'm like, meat and potatoes. Yeah, I know you think I'm cute. What you on? Like, I can't even enjoy the small facets of having a naturally blossom relationship because I'm just used to like, combative war all the time. It's very toxic to live like that.
Yeah. No, I get that because I had that same because I'm a very I can be a very evil person. Because I'm so nice, when I feel betrayed,
Yeah.
I get even. It's not even about getting.
It's not even getting even. I go
evil. I get
for
evil.
blood.
I don't get even. I get evil. When I was in college, there was this situation that happened. This girl came to me. She was like, we were chicken eating Wingstop, and which is trash, which is probably why I don't like Wingstop now. Eating Wingstop and blah blah blah. And she had this, we kicking it. She asked me if she want to be in a relationship, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. So I'm going over to her house frying chicken and shit. And one day I picked the phone, ringing her, get no answer. So she tell me, well, my mama is sick and has cancer, so I'm flying back and blah, blah, blah. Whole time, your mama ain't got cancer at all. You have moved your ex-boyfriend back, not back here, from Alabama to here.
Wow.
So, I don't think I've ever told this story. My God. So, I get in my car and I drive to Austin. I still remember the exit. The exit is Slaughter, 222. Austin, Texas, because I drove by it every damn day. Because every damn day I really should be in jail, so I shouldn't probably tell this story, but I'm gonna tell it anyhow because I think it's gonna set somebody free. Praise God.
Crazy.
So I'm calling. Oh, I'm still out of town. Oh, that's funny, cause I'm right here next to your car. So I suggest you open this. If you want your car, I suggest you open the door, cause I'm about to destroy your property.
Oh my goodness.
Go to the door, slowly opens, comes outside. Josh, it's not what you think. What the fuck you mean it's not what I think? He just showed up here. I said, do I look like I'm fucking stupid? A man just shows up from Alabama to Austin, Texas.
Just showed up.
Has your exact address.
Oh, slaughter?
Off slaughter. Has your exact address, and this nigga just showed up. Y'all had no conversation.
He was in the neighborhood.
No conversation. You think I'm stupid? So, I really had to hold my hand, because I don't believe in hidden women. I really don't. I really had to hold my hands behind my back, because at that point, that was a nigga move. And like what? And what bothered me so much about it was I didn't come to you about a relationship. You came to me about being exclusive and so you played in my face. So I left, and like my heart, I literally felt my heart beating. Like it was beating on the outside of my chest. Like my whole chest was really tight. And I said, So every day I would just go leave gifts. I would leave nails like under the tire. Like I didn't want to put your car on flat. I wanted you to be driving, and I wanted that shit to unravel while you was driving.
Oh my God.
Like, that's why I don't like getting mad, because I'm going to take it too far. I'm going to take it too far.
You're letting me know that I have a whole bunch of stories that one day I'm gonna tell. Y'all gonna die.
Yes.
And then, but this last instance, because I got cheated on, and I just didn't understand this last instance. I really took it too far, and I got another person involved that shouldn't have been involved, and it was their innocence that made me see, okay, Josh, this is not the move. You should just leave.
Yeah.
You should, because now you're bringing other people into this
chaos,
and you're causing hurt to them, and they're just innocent. They're innocent.
So what did you get out of that relationship that you can what did you learn from that?
I learned never to lose myself again. Because I love hard. And when I love you, I will go against Josh. Like when I love you, I will literally go against Josh. And I will tell everybody else in the world no. And I do this with my little brother. I tell everybody in the world no. Junie comes ask me for something, yeah, whatever. I don't think twice. Because and that's why I'm really careful about relationships that I get into. I don't just get into relationships because I love extremely hard. And so hard that I sacrifice self.
Yeah.
So
Josh,
I think I would be much further in my career.
Absolutely. Me
if
too.
I didn't stay in that relationship, because I was purposely not going to auditions. I was purposely telling directors and casting directors no, because I was trying to go home and make sure somebody was happy. So I did a lot of self-sacrifice, and even with God, and this is what got me, because I would be in church, like, okay, I wonder where she at. I wonder, like, it was that kind of thing, because you've already proved to me that I can't trust you. So now I feel like I gotta watch you, and now I can't be fully committed in the areas where I'm supposed to be fully committed, because I'm thinking about what the fuck you out here doing. So I really learned never to betray myself like that. Never to lose me, because I really lost Josh. I really lost Josh. And I hid it very well, but Josh was very lost. And that wasn't a good space for me. That wasn't a good space for me. So I learned to leave. And then I learned what my toxic stuff was. One of my ex-girlfriends, she told me, Josh, you can be really condescending. And I was like, girl, fuck you. No, I'm not. And it was, I learned not to listen to what you were saying, but listen more so to what you feel and listen to your heart. I learned to listen to hearts now, because you can tell me in anger that I ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. But now, instead of responding to the ain't shit, I'm listening to what your heart is really saying.
This is good, y'all. I hope y'all want listening. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Good episode.
And that's why if you really want to understand a woman, you have to listen to her heart. Now, not necessarily what's coming out of her mouth. And people in general, but because the heart will never lie. Lips can lie, the heart will never lie. And if you have a woman that's, I'll kill you, I ain't gonna do you little dick nigga. It's never that. It's never that. There's something in her heart there's an attention deficit in her heart that she's begging you to pay attention to and see. And because you keep negating that, she does outward expressions to be seen. So I learned most importantly to listen to the hearts. I learned also to, I learned that it was okay to be right, but not care about being right. And that was huge for me, because I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn male all day. All I care about is being right. I'm right, you wrong. But a lot of the times, me being concerned about being right destroyed people's feelings, and it hurt their feelings so much so that, okay, you can be right by your damn self.
Yeah.
So I'm learning and I'm growing in love and compassion. That, I think I just tweeted that the other day. I'm learning to be compassionate now, because I was so robotic. I was selfish. It was you can only come around me when I want to be bothered. When I don't want to be bothered, fuck you. I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna text you. I don't care about what you're doing. But when I want attention, come see about me. Drop everything to come see about me. And if you don't, bye. So I was very toxic in that, and I can be very mean and dismissive. I can be very mean and dismissive. So I learned to care about feelings that don't belong to me, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Jeremy?
I think the biggest thing that I've learned and I'm still learning is, and one of my ex-girlfriends taught me this. This is actually probably it was my longest relationship. It was 1.5 years. But probably my most successful relationship, because she taught me how to love her in her way, not in my way.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things that it's a misconception in love in general, across the board. If you don't know, everybody listening, if you do not know your love language, you need to learn it. It is so imperative, and it will change. It will change. For me, it used to be quality time and touch were hand in hand. But as I've gotten older, words of affirmation has become number one, and it is still number one.
That's mine.
So my ex at the time, or my girlfriend at the time, that was her love language, words of affirmation. Just, I appreciate you, thank you, yada, yada, yada. But again, time, touch, I'm showing you that I love you. And she, we would argue because I'm like, but I'm doing that. And then I had to really step out and be like, but you're not. You're not loving her in the way that she needs to be loved.
Yeah.
You're loving her in your way that you receive, and that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
There's no reciprocity. So that's one of the biggest things. Also, something that I'm discovering as of late, and I've been talking about it with friends, is I'm a very empathetic person, except for when I'm hurt. So what I mean by that is, if you have done something to me, I only see it that I'm hurt. I don't look at it from your perspective, because not everyone wants to intentionally hurt you. Sometimes you have to step outside of yourself and have empathy for that specific situation. So I ain't gonna go into detail about it, but when you meet someone, they may be coming from something that's toxic, and or it's still kind of present, but they want to move on, and so they're kind of like playing a little bit of tug and war with you, and all you're thinking about is it's about how I feel, but you're not thinking about how they feel. You have to have that empathy and understanding, because at some point we have all kind of tested the water with somebody new, and we still got our ex in our ear, still in our text messages, still in our DMs, we still interacting. So I'm working on having more compassion also, and having more empathy. And then I think another big thing, I'm tired of being like what I call a speed bump, where like I meet somebody and I don't want to say groom them, but they experience love that they never experienced. They get what they need, and then they just leave me. And here I am, like you guys said, you give so much of yourself, now you're empty. So then I'm like, what is that? Let me be honest. This is why I need to go to therapy, because the common denominator is me.
We all do.
Yeah. Hell,
I do.
Me. So there's something in me that I'm not fixing, so there's probably like some hurt that I'm, that's undefined right now. And I'm projecting it. I'm healing other people, but I ain't healing myself. So I'm slowly taking bits and pieces of past relationships into the next one, as opposed to just healing. You know what I mean? So,
but that's the thing, and I want to speak to that. I want to speak to a few things that you said, because that's why I believe it's really imperative that you heal. That you heal before going into something else, and not only that you heal, but that you're whole going into something else. Because I hate paying for the mistakes of somebody else. I'm not them, and I don't think it's fair that we make people pay for the mistakes of what we refuse to be healed from, because we still want. So we can't heal until we grieve, and that was what I really had to learn. You have to grieve a thing. When a relationship is over, that's a death of a relationship. You have to grieve it so that you can heal from it, and then you can become whole. You can't jump just to healing. You can't jump to healing, because what you do is you suppress those feelings and you play like you're okay, and you're really not. So you healing emotions. You're healing, or you're putting Band-Aids over unbroken skin. And you're leaving the wound open. My God, I felt that. And you're leaving the wound open, and the wound just keeps getting infected with all this other stuff, be it people's opinions, be it your opinions and all this stuff. And then you walking around talking about you whole, and you got gangrene in the hand.
Exactly.
And it's just, it's that kind of thing. And then the other thing is, because I'm like that too. I learned I had to really sit myself down and tell myself, Josh, you don't get to fall in love with another assignment.
Hey, come on, minister to me today.
You don't get to fall in love with another assignment, because all of my exes were assignments. And because I love, and because I still had a very sexualized view of love, I felt that because I loved you very deeply, I had to be in love with you, and I had to be in a relationship with you. So anybody that I tried to heal, I had to go deeper with. And that left me heartbroken in the end. And I'll never forget this conversation, because it both hit us. And we were at IHOP, because my ex-girlfriend, she always threatened me with a break. And like for the whole time, every time she would get mad, I just think we need a break. And the last time when I was finally over it, I said, okay, let's do it. And we didn't recover from that break. And she came back trying to recover from that. And I said, in this break, I learned that you were not my forever. I was in your life for a specific reason, and that was to restore the value of yourself, because you thought you were not worthy of love. You thought you were disqualified from the idea of being loved unconditionally. I said, it hurts my heart, but it's the absolute truth that I had to come be the person that made you better for the man that's gonna come get you next.
My ex-husband told me that.
Yeah. She was like, what you mean? You don't want me? And I said, no, listen to me. Your next relationship is going to be so much better because I was in your life. And that's not arrogance. That's because I knocked down all those brick walls that you had built around your heart. So he's not going to have to fight through all that.
And I'm not your person.
And
That's the reality.
I'm not your person.
I'm not your person.
Me and my best friend were just talking about this the other day because I'm binge watching Grey's again, and we were talking about Christina and Burke, and she said, Josh, I loved that they got to love each other in their own way, and what I said back was, and they didn't have the perfect navigation for it,
No, they did not.
and loving them, they won in their relationship by understanding that this would never work between us. They loved each other enough to say, this will not work because I'm trying to make you who I want you to be instead of loving who you already are.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I think that's so beautiful. I think if we stop trying to change people, we'll stop hurting ourselves. And because that's one of the reasons why I'm as upfront as I am, because I never wanted to be said, well, you switched up after sex. Because I had this instance where, because I don't talk to anybody every day. It's just not gonna happen. I don't talk to anybody every day. I'm not gonna text you every day. I don't have that kind of capacity. I'll say hey, but to talk to you every day, no, baby. I got too much stuff going on. I got books I'm writing. I got stuff. Do you miss me? No, I don't miss you. I just talk to you. No, I'm that kind of person. Yeah, I know. I'm that kind of person. So it was this girl's idea that if I throw this pussy on him real good, that's gonna change that. He gonna be coming eating out of my hand. And when I didn't, it hurt her heart. And I said, well, I didn't do this before we had sex. So why did you expect me to do it? Because we had sex. So I thought I could change you.
I'm cracking up.
Well, what was you? What was you?
I think I was that would irk me. just because I'm the type of person like I don't we don't need to talk all day, every day. But you can check good morning, good afternoon, good evening, you know what I'm saying? Or check in with me and let me know that I want to know that you miss me. I want to know that I miss. And then that goes to what happened?
You may be in a different season than Josh.
What that is, but I also feel, and this is just my personal opinion, people will make time for what and who they want to.
Okay, so
but that, and I don't want to hear, because that's the truth, because we are all busy. We all got shit going.
I don't want to hear it.
We all got shit. We all have shit going on. Me personally,
you make time not for what you want, but for what's a priority at the time.
Exactly. And if you're in a relationship with
my priority is not always the hierarchy of my priorities is not always what I want. And this is my biggest thing, because I have this argument the most. I want to do a lot of things that I just don't have the time for, because what's a priority right now really comes before this. It really comes before this. And I think it's selfish to say, well, your relationship always has to come first. There are going to be seasons and times where your relationship cannot always be first. And that's why your relationship has to be built on a solid foundation. And that's why you have to understand and know who the hell you get in relationships with. Because like you said, you need somebody that's going to talk to you every day. I go through seasons where I can go days without talking to anybody. It don't mean I'm mad. I just don't want to be bothered. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff. I'm working through a lot of stuff. And if you interrupt that flow of process, I'm going to be an asshole. And because I don't want to be an asshole, I would just rather just stay in my own space, stay in my own head, because that's just how I operate. Now, understand it. Now, like we said last week, and Iyanla says this: you don't get to tell people how to love you. You get to see how people love and then make a decision on if you're going to accept it or not. You don't get to change how a person loves you. No matter how much you love them, no matter how much you want them to love you back, you don't get to tell people, no, love me like this, love me like this. You get to set boundaries. And like I said previously, I don't know if it was on the show or in the production meeting, but you set boundaries. Boundaries are for you. Boundaries are not for other people. When you start trying to make people follow your boundaries, you're operating now in control. Now you're controlling this relationship. And that's not fair. And a lot of people are in controlling relationships. Yeah, the man or the woman ain't going upside your head, but they're forcing you to live within their boundaries. And that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair.
Living within their like what? Elaborate on that.
So if I say my boundary is every day at 5:00, I'm going to get up, I'm going to eat three fried eggs, and I'm going to run 6 miles. That's fine because that's my boundary.
Mm-hmm.
The moment I say, well, if you're going to be with me, you're going to have to get up at 5 a.m. too, eat 3 eggs, and run 6 miles with me. Now I'm controlling you because I'm expecting you to live within my boundaries. And that's not fair. I can love you if you decide to get up at 7, only eat 2 eggs, scramble them, and not walk at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's your boundary.
Well, here's my issue with that is because people have an issue with compromise, and that word, it scares a lot of people. There are times when if you agree to be in a relationship with me, then you have to understand what that comes with. Yeah. And there are times, yes, I made it because I'm a Cancer and I can easily do the same thing. But if I love you, that is going to supersede, or whatever the word is, what I may be feeling. So if you need that moment of, hey, how are you? I'm checking in. I can do that. And I feel like that's where it becomes the sacrifice. I hate to say sacrifice because it sounds like an inconvenience.
But compromise is the correct.
Compromise is part of a relationship.
No, sacrifice is absolutely a part of the relationship.
So I guess the whole going with days without talking to somebody, to me, while yes, you may need that, but you have to think about your partner and what they need too. Exactly. It's just not about what you need.
And I absolutely get that. So to that, I will absolutely agree that there's compromise, but the compromise can't be about want. You can't tell me, no, and hear me. Want is a luxury. Want is a luxury. Giving you what you need, I will always give you what you need.
But what if they need that?
But that's what I'm saying. If you absolutely need that, of course I'm going to come through and do that. But if that's just something that you just want and you really don't need, it's just something that just tickles your fancy and you just, oh girl, he talked to me today. I don't see the importance of that. Because it's a tricky line, and I know it's a tricky line. But at the same time, that's where that compromise has to come in. Okay, this is my need. This is your need. How can we both get our needs fulfilled and be happy? Mm-hmm. And what happens more oftentimes than not is I start seeing my need as more important than your needs. So I
think that happens in a very immature relationship.
It does, but it happens in most relationships.
I can say, and I can definitely speak on that because I'm not the oldest thing in the book. I'm only 31, about to be 32 in April. But just in my relationship that I'm in right now, I can just tell where how my maturity level has changed just based on things that I desire or what I thought that I wanted as a need back then. Mm-hmm. So what I know that I need now. Yeah. You have like a different, especially when you experience a very toxic and traumatic relationship and you make it out and you spend that time to mourn that relationship and to really heal and to do some self-introspection and know what your triggers are and know what to look for in your next relationship and know what to stand for and not, you know what I'm saying, all the good stuff. It's definitely different when you enter into a new relationship with that mentality. I
Yeah.
feel like once you have that self, and I'll speak this to all my gay girls, all my gay sisters out there. And I want to talk about this to like what in your head, like what is the perfect timeline for a relationship? Because the girls, we like to meet somebody and the next week we're together, the next 2 weeks living together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like within the first 3 months of being with somebody, and I'm guilty. I've done this before. Within the first 3 months of being with somebody, the gays are living with each other, planning out their wedding. So,
Okay, but
what's a good timeline for that?
before we go there, I want to say this last thing. My pastor and bishop taught me something, because this is how they operate with each other. She came to him one day and she said, "Hey, I need this," and in her mind it was just like, whatever, I need it. And he jumped through hoops, made it happen. And when she got it, it was, oh, I didn't think you were going to give this. And that's when they really had to sit down and have the conversation on, okay, what is it that you need versus what you want? Because if you tell me you need something, it is my job to break rules, to jump through hoops, to make sure you have what you need. If this is something that you want, don't tell me this is something that you need. Just tell me that this is something you want. Because if it's something that you want, I don't feel that immediate pressure to deliver it, because it's just something that you want. Needs are something that call for immediate attention. So I wanted to clarify that. I'm not saying be mean or whatever. I'm what
I mean,
what you need. I will always make sure you have what you need. What you want, because I love you, I'm going to give you what you want. It's just not going to be at the same speed as the speed that I provide what you need, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
My question. So my question is, what if their need is in your head a need?
That's not my decision to make.
Okay.
That's because you can't come tell me that what I need is not what I need. So how dare I? And I got this in prayer one day. I had to really ask God to forgive me for expecting people to honor my boundaries while I dishonored theirs. And I'm just like, well, I don't want people hanging up in my face, but then, you tell me you don't like when I ignore you and I just ignore you. How dare I expect you to honor my boundary and I say fuck yours? Same with needs. How dare I expect you to treat my need with importance and then I disregard yours?
Well, I tell you what, this whole conversation just let me know I'm gonna be single for at least another 6 months.
At least another 6 months. Crack it
Yeah.
up. Why do you feel that way?
Because I got some work to do.
but the work never stops.
The work never stops.
The work
Listen,
never
like I
stops.
said, my relationship is not perfect by far. My relationship is not perfect by
Amber,
far.
it's gonna take. I mean, for the short time that I have known you, it's gonna take a man who just really has his shit together.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Really, he gonna have to really just get a hold of you, because you got a strong head. He gonna have to come be like, all right, baby girl. And he gonna take it's coming.
But it's also, and this is not for Amber, but this is for anybody that's listening. It's also the idea that we have to really grasp that you don't get in a relationship to be completed or to feel complete.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That other person is not the last piece to your puzzle.
Your happiness.
Your puzzle is supposed to be whole before you get your ass in a relationship.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You don't get into nothing and you missing pieces. No, baby, you go find your pieces before you come. Because what Tamo said, I don't want your pieces, baby. I don't want your pieces. So I want to make that very clear. You don't get married. You don't get, because I'm in a church group and they were talking about the idolization of marriage and people. No, I was Jackie Hill Perry. She used to be a lesbian, and she said the church clapped more for her getting married than they did her getting saved. because they idolize the idea of marriage and think that marriage is some kind of cure to whatever. Marriage is not a cure for your singleness. It's not a cure for your homosexuality. It's not a cure for your perversion. It's not a cure for your for your sexual appetites. It's not a cure. Y'all see how I covered that word? I couldn't say.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I was not going to wait. I was going to let you slide.
My God. Marriage is not the cure, and relationships are not your missing piece.
Yes.
You need to go into things whole. And should we start going into things whole, I don't think we would see the problems that we see in relationships, because you got two people going in expecting the other person to be the half, and then when they realize that they puzzle pieces don't fit the other half, now you mad. But to answer your question about the timeline, I think timelines work differently. There are some people that meet and 2 weeks later they married and they are happy and they have longevity. And then there's some people that date for 18 years, get married and divorced 3 months later. So I don't subscribe to timelines. Whatever works for.
I think it's all about communication and being comfortable.
Yeah.
However, going into one of the things you talked about with red flags, this is also something that I'm learning, is do not confuse things that you see as temporary red flags as permanent behavior. Because oftentimes in the talking and dating stage, that's another thing too. I want to know how y'all feel about like dating, talking, exclusive relationship.
Because there's definitely a difference.
There's a whole, yeah. But I know for me personally, I will excuse something because I'm getting to know them, and so I'm blinded by that, not realizing, that's a little deeper than that was just one instance. Like, that's going to be a consistent pattern. So you have to decide if you're going to deal with that. And oftentimes at least for me, I push it to the side because I'm making an excuse because I'm getting to know you and I'm a little schoolgirl and all that shit. And I get into the relationship, and that same thing that was like, hey, but you was like this, it's still relevant and it's still an issue.
But that's why I think it's important to before you actually date somebody or get into a relationship, friend them. But I think it's also important that you see them in all seasons.
Absolutely.
Because I can meet you in a season of loss, and the red flags that I see in your season of loss, I can completely throw you away. But then if I didn't see you in your recovery season to see how you went back and picked up those pieces, I can't make a fair judgment, because we all do crazy shit when we losing. You know, it's how you go back and recover. It's how you go back. So I think seeing somebody, and hell, those 4 seasons might happen in 3 months. Those 4 seasons might happen in 2 years. So it just depends. I just need to see you in every season. I need to see you when you broke. I need to see you when you feel accomplished. I need to see you when you got friends, when you don't got friends. I need to see when you mad. I need to see when you sad. I want to see you in all of those stages of life before I commit to being with you forever.
And that's why I think the stages of dating are important. Like you were saying, the stages.
You may not always see those things. I mean, because one thing that I actually liked from Tyler Perry's last terrible play was that he said marriage is hard because
people change.
You remember that part? He talked about the people change, and you're seeing layers that you've never seen before. So I totally get that, but I think sometimes that can be hard because you may not see or experience some of those things until you have gotten into a relationship with that person. So my categories, I have 4 stages. So I have talking, casually dating, exclusively dating, and an actual relationship. So talking is like, we Instagram, we on Twitter, we in the DM or whatever, we switch to text message. It's just, hey, casual conversation, casual dating. We start to go on a few dates, and then
still got your little hoes on the side.
Still do, right? Still reserved, because we don't, people gonna weed themselves out. Okay. Niggas gonna nig. People gonna do what they gotta do. But then you get to that point after like date whatever, where you're like, okay, I'm not ready for a relationship yet. However, I am open to being committed to dating you.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have come to exclusivity,
Yeah.
which some people feel like that is the same as a relationship. And I'm
Absolutely
like,
not.
it's not, because I'm making a decision to commit to you, to be exclusive, to getting to know you and no one else. That's
Mm-hmm.
as far as I can go right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that goes back to seeing people in that stage, because you've made a decision like, okay, yeah, it's just about you right now, and I do want to see where we go and where you go, and like how do you handle certain things before I decide, okay, I do want to take this, you know, to the next level.
No, I get that, and I agree, but it only becomes hard when you don't have grace. It only becomes hard when you don't have grace, because again, it goes back to that thing. If like Tyler said, if people change, I'm a person too. So if I change every so many years, and I want you to be okay with that, then I have to be okay with the fact that you change. And that's why communication is important, because if you change and we are no longer compatible, let's not then try to force this.
Mm-hmm.
It's about showing grace, because if you're changing and you're not fully comfortable with the change, and you don't really know how to navigate that change, how dare I punish you for changing? I can't punish you for changing because it doesn't look like what I got into. Well, you weren't this person when I said yes to you. Well, you weren't this person when I said yes to you either. No, so it just depends on it. You have to have grace. So we do have to cut this short because we almost at an hour and 45 minutes now.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah. So my God,
Just get to talking.
Jesus. So
Y'all should have did a part 1 and part 2.
we
Shit.
should have. My
We should
God.
have.
We might need to.
Yeah, I might say,
But-
why can't we?
But yeah,
Honestly,
let's pick
there's-
this. Let's
There's still a lot to unpack.
But with relationships, you have to have grace. You have to have communication. Before you get to love, there needs to be some form of relationship, whether it be a friendship, whatever. There needs to be a foundation, a solid foundation. Because if that foundation, if you try to build on sand, baby, the moment a major storm happens, it's gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart. So, baby, get your relationships together, and
We'll come in part 2 next week.
we'll come back with some more.
Because clearly we got to unpack some more of this.
And we'll just hop right into the discussion next week. Just those hot topics, and y'all talking about y'all having me talk about that man kissing his son in the mouth as well.
Because that was nasty.
Anyway,
Disgusting.
Hell, what's next? Amber, your minute. It's a minute with Amber J.
We're gonna do Is That Powerful and Minute with Amber J all in one for the sake of time today. Okay. Here's what I wanna at a much deliberation and concentration, I've decided to say. The topic for this is fake smiles can hurt you. I know they tell you to fake it till you make it, but it is scientifically proven that fake smiles can hurt you. Turns out that faking happiness can hurt your health. For a 2011 study published in the Academy of Management Journal, researchers looked at the behavior of bus drivers, a profession where people are required to have many friendly interactions throughout the day, and discovered that these people withdraw from their work while putting on a smile for show, and that can have long-term detrimental health effects. So here's your minute with Amber J. Here's the minute is: be true to yourself. Be authentic to who you are and what you are feeling, because your feelings can be redirecting you onto a path of where you need to go. Internalizing and trying to push through can cause internal damage to your mental health, physical health, and spiritual health, trying to please an outside world that has no clue of what you're silently suffering with. So we don't want to encourage you any longer to fake it till you make it. We want to encourage you to feel those feelings, but don't allow them to overtake you. Honor them by doing the work, getting therapy, and realizing that it's okay that I don't feel okay. And it's just a sign that I need to move in a different direction, not push through and fake for the public. That's your minute with Amber J. And isn't that powerful? Fake smiles can hurt.
Isn't that powerful?
Well, isn't that powerful?
Isn't that powerful?
Well, we absolutely thank you for tuning into another episode of hell, what's the name of the show? We done talked so
The
long.
Way
I
I
forgot.
See It.
The Way I See It
See It
podcast. My God. I done got sleepy. We thank you. We come back next week. We're gonna unpack some more stuff about being in relationships. Clearly, being in relationships with us is a lot of damn work. So we're gonna come back next week.
Especially when you get in the Spider-Man onesie. Peter Parker.
I'm a lot.
I'm cracking up.
Yes.
I come with a lot.
Good night.
Yes. So y'all be blessed. Be sure to visit www.thewayent.com. Get you some books. It's Christmas time. My books are great stocking stuffers. So get you some books, get you some shirts, some apparel. Go into the new year with some acting classes, as well as what else do I offer? Some publishing packages. Go into this new year with what you're supposed to go into it with. We out. Y'all be good. Happy Friday. And we'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.
Yeah, gotta go.
Gotta go.